How do you see India's role? We saw the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He was in Israel, but India has good relationship with Iran as well. 3 Indian vessels have been able to come to Indian shores via the Strait of Hormuz. Do you see an Indian role, and how do you see India having conversation with Iran to get these important vessels to India?
Well, I'm sure that the Indian government is doing what is good for India. I was happy to see that these Iranian ships were neutralized and no longer can pose a threat either on us, the Americans, or other forces. At the end of the day, I think people have to look at the long term. Despite the repercussions we are seeing now, I see a future in which, as a result of the critical debilitation of this regime, India will be able to engage in projects of connectivity in the region, will be able to enjoy an atmosphere of investment, of economic projects of prosperity that are so essential, especially since India has signed all these trade agreements with the major blocs, and we're going to see trillions of dollars of merchandise starting moving east and west. So to a certain extent, the prosperity and the stability of West Asia are crucial for the success of the continued rise of the Indian economy at the world stage.
So you made you mentioned about the connectivity projects. Now, how do you see IMAC going forward? Because it has been languishing for some time now. It might be working towards the UAE-India corridor, but now it looks like that corridor will also take time because of the ongoing war. Do you see excessive delay when it comes to the IMAC corridor?
Well, first of all, we have to put it in context. You know, at the end of the day, merchandise is going to move irrespective of whether we have IMAC or we don't have IMAC. The whole idea there was to create an alternative corridor, a complementary corridor that actually would not only move merchandise but also engage the biggest 3 economies of the Gulf, that's the UAE, that's Saudi Arabia and Israel, in a kind of a membrane of and a network of economic activity, of production, of communication, of energy, of renewable energy, etc. So the potential is there. I'm sure that if we would have allowed the Iranian regime to pursue their quest of creating a military nuclear arsenal and having all these weapons at their hand, the prospects of prosperity in the Gulf would be slim, and the future of more than 10 million Indians that are living there wouldn't be a very rosy future. So I think that we have the prospect of achieving that. We have to intensify our coordination under the umbrella of CENTCOM with our Arab neighbors. We are already doing that. We are defending the skies of the Middle East together. And I'm sure that once the flames wane down, we will be able to engage also in networks of economic and political cooperation because it's a common interest.